to be just attached to an M1, you know? Anyway, finals game. I'm gonna give it to Cold, honestly, just right away, but Harmful and DZN do know a lot about all three of these players that they're facing right now. And they do also, like, it depends sometimes, but they generally will have the what's the right word, the motivation. They'll have the motive to want to win, to want to dumpster the Cold team players, but they're gonna have to really try hard because Skywin's actually picking his main here. And we should see Healer coming up from Dr. Poor. No, he's going for Inhib, which is a really good comp, especially when you space over Seekers and space over Dryads with it. Inhib Ranid can do so much damage, so much chaining. You can space over an Inhib. He can't trance during that space. Ranid can stun him during that moment, and then the Inhib can chain it with an interrupt right as soon as the stun is over. So like that's a good 3 seconds, 3 seconds of taking damage and not being able to do anything about it. But we'll have to see how coordinated Dr. Poor and Skywind are with this comp, because they might just end up doing their own plays the entire time and not really going for combos. They do really need to be careful though. I think they should be able to. They should be fine no matter what against the double seeker. Their comp is so good against the trance. That is fire arrow onto Skywind though. Earth arrow as well. They're just zoning him completely. He gets Dryad Aegis right away. They space over DZN's trance. Will they have the amp? Shadow's missing his amp, but he lands at the last second. Skywind going all in. Hit with an amp himself. Does have shield though. Goes back for the rune. Will have ult very quickly. While DZN's already so low. Skywind should get a double ult here. It is weakened though. But there's a double amp charge onto DZN. Jolly's four solo. Harmful holding onto ult. It's gonna ult one of them. Almost ults himself into the runic beam though. And 4 is gonna go down. DZN, bad start for him. Ends up being the last one to go down because his teammates ended up getting in trouble for everything at the end of the day. So nice coordination there by Cool Team. I think they did the combo I was talking about just right off the bat. So yeah, there you go. There answers that question. This guy spacing in aggressively, gets hit between his leaps, goes for a stun onto DZN while 4 pops his trance. They do get a shield on the DZN. Frost arrow onto Shadow, but it's broken immediately. I don't know about that DZN. That Frost arrow should have been kept in place. Triple amp stack onto DZN and triple amp stack on the 4 as well. DZN kind of taking low. Meteor comes out, not going to hit anybody. Double ult by Skywind. He gets Frost sharded. Is going to space away during the double ult. Frost onto Shadow, but DZN breaking it pretty early once again and fire arrowing it. It takes 25% less damage. So another chain Frost arrow though. Sky's so low, he's going to get killed. 4 gets him. He doesn't miss his aim. He does end up missing his ult there, but they should have this. They even get the Frost arrow, the ice arrow. Jeez, on that trance there. Triple space by inhibitor there. Not a bad attempt, but yeah. The plays onto Skywind for sure, and the plays onto Shadow, I think DZN once again messing up a little bit, canceling those Frost arrows like early every time. He doesn't need to do that. He can just leave Shadow in it. It lasts like 3 seconds or something ridiculous. I'll have to check after this round, but we'll have to see if they do those chain Frost arrows again. Ranid spacing in, given both shields here, and trance lands by DZN onto that amp. Skywind though is going to pursue it out. No immobilize from that Wisp, but another Wisp coming in. Trance lands by Dr. Poor. Double interrupt. He has space. He probably should have used the EX, but it doesn't matter. They have a triple amp. Skywind's on Harmful. They have nothing for him. He might have had an Aegis. No, he doesn't even have that. He had his sprint medallion. He had enough energy for it, but that's not going to help him. He needed to cast at that moment. They do get a cross kill though. I shouldn't have given up on them so easily. Sky pops his Aegis. Will kill off DZN. No! Yeah, he does kill off DZN. But DZN doing so much damage to him. Trance landed. Shadow goes down. I can't believe these rounds. Wow. Shadow had expended his Aegis to make sure Skywind lived, and Skywind ends up dying. Killing DZN at the last moment, but still going down. Kills him with the toxin bomb from beyond the grave. And I mean, a really nice comeback by the Seekers there. I thought it was just over. I didn't even check the Frost arrow timing because I'm so excited from that. Aegis onto Skywin, doesn't get spaced away. Gets a stun and an amp onto Jolly. Skywin gets double spaced, or spaced once, but DZN does have another one. Goes for a double fire arrow, hits them on their hips. And Skywin gets a stun onto 4. And that's going to be the end of that one. There's no way for a playback here. I just can't see it happening. The Immobilize even locking Harmful in place after getting hit by Shadow Lord's ult. But there was a stun into an amp, and that was just all they needed. So much burst from Cold Team's comp. And they had to be a little bit mad about the way that last one ended. Yeah, this X arrow lasts 2.6 seconds. So think about what chaining that means. That's over 5 seconds of CC on a healer. It's something that definitely needs to be exploited more. They're doing a good job at the start, but they haven't done it yet since then. Stun onto Harmful, gets an amp onto Skywin while the Seekers are 2v1ing Dr. Poor, doing so much damage, knocking him around with earth arrows and landing fire arrows as well. Spacing Shadow back, and Skywin can't really do much. There is a double frost arrow, but a double ice arrow, but it's not used on a frost, on an EX frost. There's a double ult. Double ult is all you need to hear at that point. Double a triple amp from Inhiv and amp from Shadow as well onto DZM, but that's not matching up to double Seeker ult. So some big stacks coming in from Cold. They need to spread out a little bit, but they also at the same time need to perfect this Seeker team. It's pretty hard to perfect them with their minds working so well together. Ran had already just predicted on both of his leaps, given Runic Shield. Dr. Poor has nothing right now. His amp lands a trance, so the amp is dispelled while Skywin tries to get a nice double frog leap, has stun soon. Baits out DZN's trance, lock on illusion. They will throw a meteor there as well. Skywin holding onto ult, gonna get a double ult. Space forward from Dr. Poor and goes for a Runic Beam. The Runic Beam's gonna take off the head of 4 there, and triple amp with M1s onto Harmful, ult onto DZN to kill him off by Shadow. So this is getting really back and forth at this moment. The Cold team kind of, like, when they get bad starts, they seem to know how to win it with low HP, but when they get good starts, the Worm team knows how to just capitalize on their confidence and stuff. So it's been pretty interesting seeing how this has been working. Space forward from Sky, giving both shields once again. DZM popping his trance, gets amped up, I believe. Yeah, he was amped. I didn't see when he got amped, but he ends up double spacing away just to be safe. Skywin going for F1s while Dr. Poor gets the rune, which is definitely a good trade. Earth Arrow lands onto the Shadow, though, a bit unfortunate, and then immobilized into Sky. He's just wandering into enemy territory. He has to be careful. What is he doing? He gets randomly predicted. Sky gets predicted as well. Goes for his stun. Sky has nothing. He has ult. But he's taken solo double space from DZN. Goes for a single ult onto 4. He does have his Aegis spaced over by Dr. Poor. Pops his trance. Nobody healing him. Harmful not healing him at that moment. Stun and Runic Infusion as well as amp from Shadow Lords. I can't believe how close this game is getting. But I just think DZN, even though he had a great turnaround, I almost can't even blame him for that little move he made because of how good the turnaround was. But I wasn't watching his play. It ended up being really bad, I suppose. Didn't get too much TPS there. So of course didn't get too much energy either. And just kind of got blown up by the old Skywin farm. Very lackluster old farm by Skywin, to be honest. But it was still enough. He almost lost his entire HP pool to DZM to try to farm that ult, but it still won them the game. Skywin spacing in, getting predicted, lands an M1 on the trance, fire arrow coming through, amp onto, no amps, 3 amps onto DZM though, hit 600 damage with a meteor, followed, last stand proc, hit with an amp, spaces Skywin away, pops his trance, no one on him, he's given Aegis as well, so a bit wasteful. Skywin holding onto ult, he's gonna get a triple dart, goes for the Toxin, double frog leap, Aegis on Harmful, but the Venom damage still going to be enough. Stun onto DZN. This is going to be the last round. Unless 4 can somehow kill off 2 heroes here and win a 1v1. It's going for the lightning arrow. No frost arrows. I have to point out, they just completely stopped with the frost arrows. They went for ice arrows, but they were doing so many frost arrows on Shadow at first. It looked so scary, but They kind of just they went for aggression. They were both just trying to do damage instead of worrying about the CC coming in. And they don't even just have the Frost Arrow Shadow, but they could Frost Arrow the Inhib as well for sure. The Ranid is an open target though. Something that should have been utilized a little bit more, but still a very nice game by everybody. Double class was involved, and I think regular BLC tournament rules should stipulate no double classing, uh, just because of the way that you have to call out spells. Just for a number of reasons, I think double classing is kind of just it shouldn't be allowed. Like it's not good for tournaments, but still very interesting in this case, especially when you're considering it is a practice tournament. It's not anything serious. Um, but yeah, nice play. And I guess I have nothing to say after that. GG.